Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Never Give Up Podcast, NGU. Got another episode today, guys. Co-host like always.
You know the team is here, guys. Yeah, let's talk about.
Let's kick it in over here, and we're gonna first talk about some, challenges that you might be facing, adversities, how you pick yourself back up. Probably going through that right now in your life. I know I am. But first we're gonna talk about Rocky. We gotta talk about his suit, man. What he also dressed up.
We're going with the suit. What's the problem with the suit?
What's going on, man? Yeah, all suit up.
Always. This is a profession. This is what I do every single day now. I'm in the office. I'm in the job.
Well, we gotta talk about we gotta talk about the other big elephant in the room.
What?
I mean, somebody is doing the 75 too hard, so they had little challenges yesterday. Yeah. So come on, let's step into that.
Yeah, let's step into that. Yeah, man, guys. I mean, for the couple of days, 28 days, I was putting my 100% and 10% in. The last day, I have gout. I don't know where the hell that kicked up, but that kind of kicked up from somewhere. It wasn't from drinking, and I know that. Usually, I'm like, it's from drinking. It's all right. I'll take a little hit. But this time, it wasn't. It was just me, maybe eating too much meat or whatever. It's in my system. So, couldn't go to sleep last night and really had a hard time. And the mentality or the mental mindset that was going through between the whole night is like, hey, I gotta go to the hospital. It was that much painful. And then at a point where I was like, screw this shit, right? Like, I'm gonna be a little bitch and keep complaining about what's gonna happen, what's not gonna happen. Between 5 and 7, man, it was a mindset that I was going through of, hey, either you're gonna give up now and you're gonna give up everything that's in front of you, or you're gonna face this challenge head on. And even mind over matter. I know a lot of people talk about that crap, and mind over matter. Probably heard in a nice motivational video, but when you're put against something where you literally can't walk, and if you see my foot, man, my foot is like, I got tape around it, all this other stuff around it for making sure that I'm iced up and able to walk, and I still got another 45 minutes to go out there. And my wife is like, well, what the hell are you gonna do? You can't walk. I'm like, I don't know. Until my legs falls off and
you gotta just push through it, man. You can't have 75 too hard behind you and can't never hurt behind you. You're not gonna push through it, man. Come on.
David Goggins is right behind you. He's looking at you right now. Too.
My God, bro, who are you talking to?
You just gotta go on and push through it, man. Those 45 minutes, the first 5 minutes be painful. The next 40.
No, it is definitely painful. Like my body didn't want to stretch, my body didn't want to do it. But then again, when you have somebody like David Goggins that you listen to, and it's really about the mindset, how you have to adapt to the pain, right? Like your body started adapting to the pain. And believe it or not, like 20 minutes down the road of me doing the elliptical and in the very beginning was just like, fuck it, you know what? And then I started talking to myself. I was like, and then everything started coming. Like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna push it. Not only it helped me push physically, it also helped me push towards the obstacles that I'm facing around me, right? Because again, that's a mind over matter. Because if you're facing through, when you're going through these things, when you can't get up, and I literally couldn't get up. I was like 7 o'clock and I'm an early bird. I wake up early and I was like, if this is what's going to happen and I got to set back another 28 days, either I'm going to be like this and like every other fucking person out there and bitch and complain about what's happening, or I'm going to get up and I'm going to push through and making sure that I complete that task. And for me, that was the most important thing. And guess what happened? Then I came upstairs. I started doing my calls. I started training. Now we're doing the podcast. Now it's like, all right, let's hit 45 and let's push through that pain too. Not only does it show up in the physical format, because I'm doing it for more like physical, but it also shows up in relationships. It also shows up in your work ethics, your mindset, because I'm going to go through the adversity or resilience that I'm facing right now, starting a new team. There's a lot of concept in my head right here in North and South Carolina. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right project? Am I spending too much money? Your minds start to really fuck with you straight up. At that point, when I came out and I said, if I could do this and my mindset is like this, what the hell, anything else? So now I'm like, screw it. What else do we need to do, right? What else I need to put my effort into? Maybe I got to make 100 calls or 50 calls or contact different people. So it trickles down to not only physical, but it's also trickled down to other things in your life too as well. So that's where the failure, I think a lot of the people will face, because they feel a little bit pain. And all of a sudden, like, let me go to the easy way out, right? And I could have done it. I'll be honest. I could have, I had every fucking excuse to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm happy for me right now, personally, this is like really a personal level. That shit, if I could just do this, I could do anything that I want to do. So, kudos to me. I myself in the back sometimes too as well, man.
Of course,
yeah. Because you're halfway through that almost.
Like, technically,
Not halfway. I like
no, it's because it's 28 days. Yeah, because once you get to like 35, you're like almost halfway there. But like, it's gonna keep the challenge is gonna keep going, especially with gout. And it's been a consistent thing. You're still pushing through for 28 days, and you did it before, I believe, right? Even with like that.
I did it once. I did it, and I tell you, when I did it was great. The greatest feeling, like I don't know, I was like 110%. People like, how do you get 110%? And now I know where Ken Hurt David Goggins talk about that we only tapped into the 60% of our brain. But when you get to the 100, when you get beyond 100, we're not even close to it. But I felt personally 110, 120% when I finished it, because I really, at that moment, you couldn't stop me. I don't care what you told me, you couldn't stop me. And then again, we get to the old habits, right? We want to be comfortable. And I started getting comfortable. I started drinking again. I moved and I made excuses, and I tried it. Like, I think I tried it like 10 times to restart it. And every time there was something exactly what's happening. One of the times I did it like 3 weeks, and a second week, and this happened. And I'm like, I felt sorry for myself. I felt bad for myself. I'm like, your mindset starts to creep up again and saying, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I need to go. No, this time I said, no, screw this shit. I'm going to get this shit done some way, some format. I don't care if...
And you know what would happen if you wouldn't have done it, right?
Me outside, man.
Yeah, and you know what would happen if you wouldn't get it done? Your son would have been like, Dad, you being a little bitch.
He probably will. He'll be sitting back now. He's like, damn, this guy is doing it. I got to go to the gym.
I got to go do it, yeah.
Enough about me, man. What are you guys facing? What do you think that your challenges are right now? And again, there's one thing about this podcast that I love is that we all are going through some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't believe I have mastered or something. We all are successful in our own level, but I think we are all, that mindset of never giving up, like, screw this shit. So what are you guys facing? What are you guys are challenging about? And let's dig into you guys today.
Yeah, let's talk, George, Mr. Suit Up.
All the way suit up. Well, if you're wearing a suit, I think definitely excuses. I feel I was in a bad mental place 2 years ago, honestly. I was working before and the relationships I was in, and I felt like lost. And I feel worst shape of my life, worst feeling of my life. And I joined real estate after that period. I quit everything, ended all the relationships, kept the friendships I was in per se, but got rid of everything I felt like was pretty much not conductive, and I felt fucking great. I took the test, I passed it first try. I come in, I feel excited to do interviews, and I feel like, yeah, I'm good. And I don't know why, but I feel as if maybe because of money, honestly, or maybe because of my own personal mentality of excuse, like I got complacent. I felt as if I did something, and I just feel like I'm at 255 again, guys. Look at this. This is an extra large shirt. I never used to be in this one before. It's not even this is my dad's.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so like I feel as if I'm progressing, but I'm not doing as much as I could. Like I feel as if I'm holding myself back mentally, maybe because excuse, like you said, like excuses. You wake up like I'm tired. I don't really need to do this. I'm okay right now, and it's like that's that bitch in you. That's what David Goggins. It is what it is, right? I may not have a son that might tell me I'm a bitch, but my dad would. So he'll come and tell me that. As I'm kind of just working to get myself back. I'm doing a Spartan race. I'm trying to get Rocky. He's gonna join too. I'm gonna hold you over here for that. I need a benchmark, a goal again, and kind of just go all in on that. And along with the real estate too, I'm not gonna ignore my business. I need to get my mental back up, right? Like I got all this fuzz going out. Come on, man. My barber quit. He shut down his barber shop. I'm like, damn, what can do now?
So Jazz.
A lot of it has to do with those small wins to get to the next one, right?
Yeah.
I think
your cookie jar.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it is. And I call it the cookie jar, which is the motivation is like a sugar high, right? Yeah. And we all need it. First, I was like, we don't need it. No, you need it. You need it in your life. You got to have that sugar high that's out there. You got to have a little sugar high to get here. And what I mean by that is really, hey, that little motivation is to say, shit, if I could do this, I could do this. If I could make this, I could make this. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're getting this little stepping stones, like, these games out there, you're going to make this happen, you get a little award, right? Mm-hmm. Those are the sugar highs that you need in life too as well. So award yourself for those things. And when you guys are going through something that's out there, because I think a lot of the books that I have, I'm an avid listener right now, and I only pick up books that I top 10 and I order them, I reread them again. But, out of all that, what I have learned is that you got to reward yourself. As human beings, we don't say, hey, man, yeah, you did a good job. Like, this is awesome. Like, this is what you have accomplished. And sometimes people like us, we're like, I ain't doing enough. Let me go do more, right? So, which is awesome. Go ahead, Rocky.
Yeah.
No, just that, man. You don't want to let anything hold you back. You were saying is your dad's shirt and stuff, but just dig more deep into you. You say you joined the Sparta race, and I know you're doing some exercise early in the morning, but do you feel like you're doing enough exercise yourself?
No, like it's weird. So I'm not always taking. I know we're doing with a Wolfpack accountability, taking pictures over eat, right? It's a tactic to get eating right. And I meal prep. I made the spaghetti pasta. I post what I ate now, but I feel as if I'm expecting immediate result. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting just from a week or two of just putting in some work, some effort, eating less, and I'm gonna lose some weight, or I'm gonna get like that quick little like I'm doing something. But weigh myself, I weigh the same or a little bit more. And I'm eating less than I have before. I'm always hungry. And it's just like, I want immediate gratification. That's what it is. That's what it boils down to is I want immediate results. That's not how life works.
So you're the type of person that just meet a chick in the bar and you're ready to put a ring on her. You're not even say hi and you're already sticking out the ring. That's what you're trying to do.
I know what you're talking about, man.
So that's what we're doing, George. Oh, man.
I think everybody is right now looking for that, right? Everybody's like, hey, how do I get that? How do I achieve that? I don't think so. It just started right now. People are thinking it started right now. For me, I think a lot of it has to do with, when the whole social media really just started popping up and it's like, oh, this guy got it. That guy got it. This person got it. That person got it. Why can't I have it, right? It's funny. My daughter's not here. I haven't really gotten her phone number and she's like, wow. I'm like, no, I know what's going to happen. Oh, they have this, they have that. So, I think that if we train ourselves, like that's not going to come right away. And a lot of this shit out there are fake. I mean, with this guy, all these people that are out there right now talking about so many people coming forward that, who was that guy that ate all that fucking beef and all this other shit was fake? He's doing
Liver King.
George's, what's his name? George Tatum. I forgot his name.
Tatum?
I don't fucking watch him. Yeah. Something like that, right? It doesn't matter, right? All that happened is that they're screwing up with the algorithms in the back end. Remember, all this stuff that's happening, they're not telling the real story. The people that are actually telling the real story, I got these two pictures. I keep changing it up sometimes because it just kind of helps me motivate. Compound effect, one of my basic freaking, like, basic David, Darren Harding's book where he just talks about, like, you keep doing the same thing and that's where the compound effect is going to come in. So, pay attention to who's around you, who's telling you the fake shit because they ain't going to tell you the truth, right? Even in real estate, we see the same shit every single day. I was reading today that, there's an expansion agents, they're burning out money more than what they're making, but the production is so high, they're faking all that shit. And we know that. I mean, like a lot of the people, the top teams know that, hey, all right, great, you're making it. Let me see your P&L. Let me see what you're actually paying in taxes or what you're actually taking home. And I'll tell you, none of these guys won't want to do that because what they're paying expenses and what's happening out there. So pay attention to who's around you, who you're paying attention to. So, and I don't know these guys' name. You know why I don't know them? I don't fucking watch news. I don't watch, all this other social media crap. I had TikTok for a little bit and I said, screw this, is wasting my time. So pay attention to what you're watching, pay attention to what you're looking at and reading and writing and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and the people you keep close to you definitely want to pay attention to that because some people it's just a waste of time. And then you get fortunate like I did and I got my buds with me and they keep me straight, Even there's times that a lot of people don't speak the truth. I don't like that. I'm straightforward. I like to tell people how I see it or how I feel it is. And I don't hold back. If I'm going through shit, I'm going through shit. And I am. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. I am. I'm going through it. I'm going through deals put together, deals falling apart. I'm going through yesterday I called somebody. I'm like, hey, you told me to call you today. You ready to list? I'm ready to go by with the paperwork. And he's like, listen, man, I went ahead and signed with my son's friend. And I'm like, wait, what you mean with your son's friend? If we already had an agreement, and he's like, yeah, but I think, I'm gonna give it 30 days. If it don't work out, I'll give you a call. And I'm like, okay, so what you feel I should have done better so this don't happen? And he's like, oh, you should call me more. I'm like, but I'll call you every week. And he's like, yeah, but maybe, even though I told you call me once a week, maybe you should have called me 3 times a week. I'm like, okay, noted. Then I was like, well, he just told me that. This person told me she wanted to sign a listing in March. Let me just call her now. And I'm going to just start bothering her now. And she's like, yeah, I listed 2 weeks ago. I'm like, you did what? She's like, yeah, I signed the agreement 2 weeks ago. We're going live tomorrow. I'm like, oh, so what happened here? She's like, yeah, I thought I could have used you to help me buy and I used somebody else to help me sell. And I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, good luck with that. She's like, yeah, you don't mind that, right? I'm like, well, what you want me to tell you? You already signed. You already live. What are you going to tell you? To break the contract? And I'm like, okay. And she, yeah, let's stay in contact. You know, people like that you don't want to waste your time. So it definitely hurt my ego.
It's not about wasting your time, and I don't believe that. I think that that's where the process and systems have to come into place. What I have learned in the 2 decades is like, how can we get in front of these people on a consistent basis? I mean, listen, there's always going to be that 30% that you're not going to get in front of, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 30% you will, and the other 30%, 50% of the series, other 50%, you know, that's where we have to create processes and systems, and we move forward. And your journey and what you just said, and thank you for being honest and straightforward, bro. And I hate the word being honest, but you are, because I know you and I spoke, you know, off of this before. I know, George, you guys did too. And I think that, you know, the struggle is freaking real. The struggle is real. Right? I mean, Rocky's going through his thing. I don't know what you want to share, but Rocky's, whatever you're going through is like, what are you figuring out? What are you figuring out right now could make you a better man, could make you something better? Because if you are looking at your journey right now as like, me sorry, mi casa sorry, my family sorry, everybody sorry, guess what? Then you're in the sorry category. You're not going to learn anything. But if you say, you know what? I just learned something. I just grew from something. Hey, I'm going to go on the right side, because now I'm not going to make the same mistakes, right? And then we all get comfortable. We all get comfortable.
Yeah.
100%. And it's also about growth, guys. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I do Uber on the side. And Uber was great. Uber, if you put a lot of hours, you can make some good money. But it's also a lot of hours you're not going to be with your family, a lot of sacrifices. So when the whole growing part, but the whole investing part, I noticed that I'm actually good at being a realtor. You know, not because I want to pat myself in the back, but even when I speak to my mentor, Rummy, or I speak to other realtors, I was really putting in the grind that they don't hear posting every little thing because they actually doing the grind. They're like, oh, you're going to be great. But, you know, it's like George. I see a girl in the bar and I'm ready to propose. You know, you can ask my wife. She walked in. You know, the first time I met my wife, I was working at a supermarket doing cocos, and she walked into the supermarket and I was ready to marry her. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna marry you one day. And she's like, oh no, you a creepy. And look, you know, 9 years later we married. So I came through, guys. I came through.
There we go.
But definitely, you know, it's also about the instant gratification. I noticed, you know, I also was reading the book, The Compound Effect, and it's little days. It's that one day you put in and you don't see the will going forward, but trust me, you keep adding it that little by little, and it would, you know, just an hour a day you put aside for what your dreams, your goals, and then you look 5 years later, you're like, wait, I accomplished all this, and you know, it's also about, like we said earlier, going back to the cookie jar, the sugar rush, and see some of your achievements, and pat yourself in the back, and use that energy that you felt in that little push, like, hey, I accomplished that, I accomplished, you know, getting a high school diploma, not knowing Spanish, not knowing English, and only speaking Payamps and Dutch. I accomplished getting an advanced high school diploma. I accomplished being an AP English. And, you know, those accomplished, you got to feel proud of them. And those are part of your life story and part of that help you grow to the next step. That's just how I see it. You know, right now, trust me, I don't feel like I've been there. Like, I woke up this morning, I was like, yo, what am I doing? Why I'm killing myself working 17 hours, keep trying to open this damn daycare that keep getting pushed back. And it's finally going to get an inspection next week. And why I'm doing all this? Why I'm killing myself? I don't need this. I could just go and keep working Uber and keep making $80,000, $125 a year, and not see my kids grow up and not be home. Or I could pull myself to the struggle, pull myself to the grind for the bigger goal, for the bigger future. And that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just hustling. You guys are going to be part of this journey with me.
There we go.
That's awesome, man. I love that, bro. And thank you for sharing that too as well. And one of the things I think when somebody said to me, he goes, you know what we are? And I said, what? He goes, we're the stepping stone for the next generation.
Yeah.
And if you won't have that solid stepping stone, you don't have that solid step that you have built, and you're not gonna, you know, your kids have to relive that and create another step if they want to, right? And what we have seen is that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back. I mean, we're entrepreneurs, and this is, you know, for entrepreneurship, building a legacy. And when we start thinking about that, and you're like, well, are my kids, I mean, listen, I'm gonna support my kids for anything, right? If they want to take care of puppies, go take care of puppies, be the best puppy taken care of in your life, build a business around it, right? I mean, that's just my mentality, right? But then again, you know, did I leave something where they could step on and say, hey, yeah, daddy did this, or your mommy did this, and what I worked hard for my parents and my grandparents and great grandparents, and you keep going on, and you get to a point where you're just like, this is well worth it, right? Because sometimes, you know, what, like I use my parents for example, when they came to this country with nothing, and we keep hearing that, but now I'm like, yo, they did build something, right? They built a stepping stone to educate us as much as they can, put us to, you know, college and push us, and, you know, built a house, and, you know, created this other stuff. So what are we doing? What are you doing? Because because sometimes, like Rocky said, when he got up, like, what am I doing today? What am I doing today? And the question really isn't what you're doing today. And I think I go back and I'll ask the question is that, have you completed what you have? Have you completed what you're supposed to yesterday? Because that is a small stepping stone. So it could be something very simple. Hey, I did my Uber and I put in my hours, but did I take another step into working on my business, right? Or which you did, you just said it, you did. So again, that's like those small little increments that we don't see as a compound effect, because guess what? We want, we just spoke about it, that we want instant. You want that to open right now. You want the money to be flowing. It ain't going to happen like that, right? It will happen slowly, and all of a sudden you're going to look back, but you have to be consistent. And I think for real estate agent, business owners, consistency and discipline, right? And becoming a habit is literally the key thing where really some rare people have it. And I think that challenge that I'm doing is the consistency, the discipline. I don't have it yet. I'll be honest with you, right? Because my mind should have been saying, oh, you don't need to get up, or, I'm fighting my brain, but where next time, screw that. I got this, put some strap on, let's go outside. So again, the consistency, right? Leading into discipline, leading to consistency, leading into a habit, right? So, a discipline, like, hey, I got to do this, leading into consistency, leading to a habit, and lets you be free from what you want to be. So that's my 2 cents today, guys. I think this was a great recall for where we stand today. And
a really good call, yeah.
Well. I want to take it out today.
And just to end note there, don't let so much, don't be so, because the motivation is gonna come and go. Just be more disciplined. Discipline is the key. George, go ahead, wrap us up, George. Do your thing.
I thought you were doing it right now with that.
You just did it. That was dope. I mean,
I was a rapper, brother. Consistency, discipline.
Like, don't. What you just said. You said don't look at motivation
to carry you the whole journey.
Don't look at motivation to carry you. Right? Ask people like, hey, this is my motivation. No, fuck that motivation. Again, it's the sugar high. You might need that when you're doing something, but then again, that don't let motivation to carry you. It's the discipline that you're just showing up to doing what you need to be doing. And once you accomplish that, you're like, yo, dude, I did it. Now I like today, I feel like I could fucking call anyone, right? so again, if you want this energy, guys, go ahead and hit the like, the subscribe, hit
the
bell, and all those other whistles.
And share it, guys. Share it, guys.
Share it out.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Great podcast today.
All right, guys.
Take care.